Hello, I am Eric. We're back for another video on prison and my experiences therein. I talk about prison experiences. I did 11 years from the time I was 17 to the time I was 28. So at the end of this video, my goal is for you to have some sort of idea what is involved when you have to find peace in prison. Prison is a very chaotic environment. When I talk to a lot of people about being in prison, one of the first things they say is, man, I don't know how you did it. I don't know if I would be able to make it in a place like that. So, hopefully by the end of this video, you'll have a little insight about that. I'm going to ask you to like and subscribe if you haven't already subscribed, because that kind of tells the YouTube algorithm that this is relevant content and it can push this video out to more people. If more people see it, maybe someone will be helped. Maybe someone's on the wrong path. Maybe they're on their way to prison. Maybe they're coming out of prison. Whatever. If I can help somebody, then that makes me have a good day. Although a lot of my days are good anyway, a lot of them are bad. That's life, I suppose. Words to live by. Now, this video is also applicable to people who haven't been in prison. Maybe you just live in a chaotic environment. A lot of times my environment is kind of chaotic, and I find myself going back to the principles that I learned in prison to help me find peace out here. So that's what we're talking about. How are we finding peace in a chaotic environment? Well, so let's break down the problem right quick. If you're in prison, you have no control over your environment. You can't control where you live. You can't control the people that you're around. You can't control the actions of other people. You don't get to pick how big your cell is. You don't get to pick who you live with, or what you wear, or what you have, or what you eat most of the time. You have very little control over circumstances that are external. So, if we break that down, if you're in prison, you're in a really chaotic environment, you're living around people that want to beat you up, maybe rape you, rob you, you have cops that want to talk down to you. In that environment, how do you find some degree of peace? Well, first, any lasting peace can't be based on external conditions. You know, if the stuff around you isn't within your realm of control, your locus of control, I should say, you can't really base your peace off that. Let's say you find something in your environment that you really like, it gives you a degree of peace, and then one day it disappears. Well, because you had an external locus of control, then your peace will disappear. Your external locus of control and your external source of peace will not last. It can't be based on other people's opinions either, because you can't control that. You can't base your sense of well-being, your happiness, or your sense of peace on other people's opinions of you. You can't control that. You can't make everybody happy, and there are just going to be some people that are going to think ill of you no matter what. That's just how it goes. And the same can be extended to the actions of other people, and also their presence in your life. You can't say, okay, well, if this person does this, then I'm going to be happy. It does not work like that. You might find some sort of temporary happiness or peace based on that, but it's just going to be that. It's going to be temporary. Same thing with presence. When I went to prison, I had a lot of people in my life who I thought would remain in my life. I had a lot of family support. I had a lot of really great things going for me. After about 2 or 3 years, all that stuff fell off. Most of the people that were active parts of my life before I went to prison dropped out of my life almost entirely, and that is not an exaggeration. I rarely spoke to my family. I think my mom is about the only person who stayed in contact with me on a regular basis. Everybody else, they just dropped off. So you can't base your peace off of the presence of other people in your life. So let's get down to it. What does it consist of? Well, we've eliminated what it can't be. It can't be external. It can't be based on other people's opinions, their actions, or their presence in your life. It can't be based on your environment. So what do we base it off of then? Well, it has to be non-temporal. It has to be based in something permanent. It has to be unconditional, and it has to be non-local, and pretty much has to be based on what's internal. Okay, so what's inside of you. Now, to different people, that can mean different things. I think this is why a lot of people find religion in prison. It's because you need something that is permanent, something that is going to be there when you get up, when you go to bed, and when you wake up the next day. It's going to be there. It's something that you can rely on. It's something firm, something solid, something that's just not going to disappear. And in most of your world religions, you're based on a higher power that is everlasting or infinite. For me, my sense of peace comes from the knowledge of what I am, who I am, and the principles that I live by. The way I see it, if I live my life according to certain principles, or if I conduct myself by certain principles, then I can be happy in who I am, no matter where I am or what circumstances I find myself in. If I conduct myself with integrity and loyalty and respect and unconditional love for my fellow man, if I continue towards development and self-improvement, if when I go to bed tonight, I will be further along than I was yesterday, and if tomorrow I'm further along than I was today, that is growth, that is development, that is improvement. If you're on a journey of improvement and development, if you have a purpose, for example, I want to help people, that will carry you. If you're steadily moving towards your purpose every day, then no matter what circumstances you find yourself in, it hasn't been for nothing. I hope that makes sense. That doesn't mean that you're not going to have days when your mind isn't at peace. We all have bad days. What it means, though, is that you're going to have some sort of anchor to come back to. You're going to have a waypoint. You're going to be able to see a clear marker, a set of definitions. You know, this is who I am. This is where I'm at, but this is who I am. And I need to get back to that. For me, that is where I derived my peace. When I found myself in a chaotic environment, when people wanted to beat me up, when people wanted to stab me, when guards wanted to mistreat me, when they spit on me, when I found myself in the hole for about 2 years, that's where I found my peace. In me. Not in anybody else, not in my external conditions, not in my external environment, not in circumstances, not in the people that were around me. Because you can't control all that. What you can control is what's in here and in here. Nobody can ever take that from you. They can take away everything else, but they can't take that. So I hope this video was helpful in some way. I hope you all have a great day. I'm Eric. I will see you in the next video.
Right, they say.